Hi guys, good morning. Take care, plantitas. Bye. Ingat. Hi guys, good morning. It's Saturday and it's gonna be a Labor Day weekend. And I haven't posted a video for a while. Life has been super busy. However, I I thought that I would show you what I typically do to maintain all these plants or in this plant collection. So I'll take you into some watering, some maintenance. Let's just say that I purposely um saved all these plant chores so we could record them in one big video. I was supposed to start watering my Platyceriums last night, but I haven't done that because I was lazy to record. But here we are, it's Saturday, and this is how we start our weekend. So I hope you guys enjoy the video and continue on watching. If you aren't subscribed yet, click that like, follow, and subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy the rest of our plenty content. That's it. Okay, first order of business is taking down the Platyceriums in this corner and probably including the big Platycerium, but I think I have to do that later after these big ones have dripped. I typically take them down once a week. I give them a good watering, let them drip for a few hours, and then put them back. So that is a weekly thing. What we're gonna do, I already pre-mixed some fertilizer here in the gallon. As I was talking to a friend over on Facebook audio call, so we are also going to water some of the plants. I've watered some of them the previous day, so we'll check the reservoir. So we are now in the restroom, and I do have my spare grid wall over here, and this is what I use to prop in my shower situation. And I use a variety of S hooks that I'll hang over there. And I'll just get my Platyceriums in the other room and slowly put them over here in the restroom to water. But before I go to the other room, I wanted to show you that I do have some more Platyceriums over here. And these are the ones that probably don't need that much light. I do have a grow light here, and this is what we have. And I'll just show you the process of getting the Platyceriums one by one. Be right back. Okay, so we got the first Platycerium. Let me just close that door. Okay, so this is the Alcicorn and one of my larger Platyceriums in my collection. So this one is hooked like this in a cedar wood. So what I'd like to do is get an S hook and hook it in one of the grids here in the grid wall. So I like to hook this on the top part. I have to hook it closer to the shower situation. So later on when I turn on the shower, it'll enjoy the water. Alternatively, I also use my USB charged watering spray and the handy dandy tabo or dipper. It's called tabo in Filipino. Although I have a shower here, I put some water in the tabo or dipper and then oop, that I didn't realize there was water there. So, and here's what happens in the other room. Although it's a Labubu break, oh my gosh, my cute Labubu got his clothes, sweater, and glasses last night. So that's it. That's just a little interruption. Do you guys collect Labubus too? I only collect the green ones actually. So this is from the first version. Have a seat. Or no, not have a seat, but exciting macarons. So what happens here on the other side is I just grab them. So I would leave the S hooks behind and I would just walk to the other room to take it for a good watering. This is a Platycerium purificacion from Purificacion Orchids in the Philippines. So I believe this is a willing kiai. Oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. And I'm gonna go to the other room. Okay, now that I was able to haul them down here or in here, I'm just gonna turn on the shower. And I'm also gonna use my spray strong. So we'll just hose them down because we do want the water to do its thing. Earlier, I was spraying off some mealybugs on this Platycerium hitchakwood. Or no, this is Coronarium tintin because the mealies are just getting attracted to the new shield front. So I just alcohol them down and spray them down. And I'm really happy that this Platycerium Neptune is putting out the large new leaves that I have always aspired. So I alternate using the sprayer and I also use my tabo because it gets the job done faster. So I just like to refill. Sometimes I even have water containers because whatever, so I like to spray the shield front, good watering, making sure everything's soaked because I do want that moss to soak up all that moisture because it will be relying on that moisture for another week. So I use my towel to make sure that everything is just watered well. So also, I once made that mistake of turning on the water heat up and I almost boiled my platyceriums. I already did that in my ophioglosum before. Like imagine spending over $100 on an ophioglosum. That's only like 250 pesos in the Philippines. And I fried it to death. So I did that. You'll really learn from your mistakes. And that's what's just happening. You probably can't see it, guys, but I'll give you a close up. Let me just get these platies some good watering. And I'll give you a close up. Okay, so this is the close up of what it looks like. I'm also using my sprayer to moisten up the wood and make sure that this gets watering. Look at those beautiful shield ponds. I'm so obsessed with Valencia. I can say that that's my favorite genus or subspecies of a Platycerium now. And then this one as well. Oh my gosh, the huge elephant ears of the Neptune and Stemaria hybrid. And of course, the Tepselso Tatsuta. Oh my gosh, I wish that it would successfully put out a new leaf because I have not been able to maintain its beautiful leaf. This one is like a mealybug magnet, like what I mentioned, but we'll see. I mean, it's continuously putting out the growth. And the Thousand Hands Joe. So finally, the Alcicorn started browning on its shield after getting all green. It was such a beautiful sight. But we're not too mad about it. It's continually growing. And I might be separating the pups, especially that one on the side. So that's it. So I do give them a good soak. And then after a few hours, after they drip dry, I would take them back to the room. So maybe if not today, I'm gonna do that tomorrow and I'm gonna do the same thing. Usually they are about a day apart and I'll do the same thing here along with the large coronarium fin that I have hanging by the window. So usually they're just a day or two apart that I water, but I know that since I've grouped them, that's how we care for our Platyceriums. I still haven't fertilize them. I just do normal water, but I think what I'll do is I'll give them a faint delusion of liquid fertilizer in water because I do want to encourage or maximize more growth before the colder weather hits. So aren't they beautiful? These are the greens that I love to collect. So beautiful, especially this one. Okay, and we will move on to the other tasks, and that is watering the rest. Okay, so what's left for us to do is do some maintenance in the plants in the shelves. I did pre-mix some fertilizer Wawa already here, and we're just gonna check because I know I watered these. So the Anthuriums over here are doing well. Finally, they are putting out new growth. So what I like to mix with in my water is some fertilizer. Right now, I used some leftover earth juice, and I have a new bottle of Miracle Grow organic plant food. And then because we were dealing with fungus gnats, we also mixed some mosquito bits that we found at a local hardware store, thankfully. And we're just gonna make sure that the plants are watered. So a lot of people have been asking me that how I make sure to care for these many plants. So it takes a lot because I like to care for them or make sure that I do regular checks like literally every day. So I know I water those. I think I just need to get on this step stool. So my shelving is from Modern Shelving. As you can see, it has that very modern modular look, which I love. I've had it since March of last year. So March, April, May, June, July, and August. So it's about 1 year, 5 months now that I've been using the shelving system. It's still pristine. I water in place. So my plants, even though some of the planters will drip some water in a bit on the shelves, they are aluminum, not MDF, and not just coated with some plastic materials. So they have withstood the test of time, and they are all you have to do because they're coated aluminum shelves anyways is to wipe the surfaces. So even if I've seen that there's some rust particles or rusty things forming already, I just need to wipe them with a what do you call that? Those antibacterial wipes, and they still do well. The rust um, from the planter or from whatever thing was still comes off. So they do have an affiliate code for me and my followers. So if you want one, it is code Cyril. That's just my name, Cyril, and it gives you an additional, I believe, 5 or 10% discount. So just go over the website. I'll be linking the products that I recommend and use anyways in the bio, so you guys could use that as reference. So far, I think the Hoyas are doing fine. I have just watered those or refilled. So the thing is, I loosely use the term water, but in reality, I just top up the reservoirs. So let me show you one because people who are not familiar with the self-watering setup have always wondered how I maintain them. So here's a Hoya. This is a Hoya pandurata, just a regular pandurata that I got from Sundial Hoya King or Songhong King on IG. Hello, it's still blooming. I just got this as a matured cutting in, I believe, end of June. So I have them in my mix. So the mix is mostly, well, it used to be all exclusive lechuza pon until I recently started mixing my own mix, and then I just top it up with pon to keep the cuttings heavy and weighed down. And I use a wicking system, so the plant in whatever substrate you decide to put it on will wick out the water, and then as long as there's water in the reservoir, it seems fine. It'll be fine. It'll soak up whatever moisture it lacks or it needs. And then I've had this setup since 2020. So it works for me. So I'm just, sharing what works for me. And if it works for other people, then good. Others like to grow in traditional media like soil. And there's nothing wrong with that as well. I just find this convenient with the way how I water. I'm someone who loves watering. So if I see that there's still some water, then I would at least hold back. Or even if it's almost gone, then it'll tell me that I could water, and it's more forgiving. Okay, so that's it. And then, so I just make sure that all the reservoirs still have enough water. If I notice that the leaves are wilting, like this no New Guinea ghost, I would check the reservoir, and I'm pretty sure that they need to be watered because I probably overlook them. But every day I do constant walks in the plant room. Hello, it's just a small bedroom. So I just walk and check what needs to be done. And then I water, I check for pests. Of course, I'm dealing with mealybugs and fungus gnats on a regular basis. Fortunately, nothing more deadly like thrips or spider mites. I mean, we've had some aphids before, but nothing that we weren't able to contain. So that's why the daily walks and the daily checks is really important so that you'll catch things as they get better or get worse. And that's what just works for me, you know. I just do scheduled checks. Like for example, on weekends, I know I have to go check of my plants. You know, I try to see if there's new peduncles, like this Hoya parviflora splash here has some new growth, and I saw that there were peduncles. We're trying to capture the second bloom of the Hoya AH027 or the Hoya CV elephant cultivar elephant, and we're finally seeing the other leaves starting to grow. It has been growing leaves, but they were consistently dropping, just like my Hoya Lois andrewsiana over here. I repositioned it because the new leaves were, I don't know, maybe the wall is, it gets too hot or something and it keeps on dropping. Things that I notice is, of course, you know, a lot of new growth. If you recognize this, this is our Hoya, Philodendron caramel marble. We got this from Tadagon Plants, I think just a month ago. And it has been loving life. Can you see those beautiful bright red roots? Wow! And I see the root is already peeking out. And it loves this setup. So we'll keep it that at that setup. And there's a new leaf unfurling already. Oh my gosh. I'm literally so obsessed with this plant. Like, I need to post this. Okay, I'm sorry if my filter is jumping. I did not prepare. I just fixed my hair. If you notice earlier on the earlier clips, it wasn't kept. Also, what I like to admire is my Philodendron billetier. This is from Plenty of Excuses, which I get my cute Labubu planters from as well. Oh my gosh, I have to show you that, guys. So I know some of you follow me on Instagram, and I showed you how we kept this perfectly yellow because you did paint over the brown part. So I kept the back brown so that you guys could see. But the other leaves, this is all natural. This is what this plant is capable of doing. All yellow, very aurea variegation. And I mean, it has been smaller because of what we have as light here, and with the amount of electricity that I already pay to keep these grow lights on, you would think that they would mimic a greenhouse. And how hot it is right now as I'm filming, you would think that that's enough, but nope. These plants were literally spoiled by Plenty of Excuses because they live the perfect greenhouse life. We also have this Philodendron tortum Florida Beauty hybrid from Tadagon. I'm still waiting for this new stump to develop, but so far the root system's good. I just watered this. There are healthy roots, but still no new leaf under our care. So, also, we got a free Florida Beauty from Tada. Last time we got that big shipment from him, and it's this one. Although we have a big Florida Beauty here as well. That's a good example. So, you know, I love my variegation. I don't spend so much on all these variegated plants, but when I'm obsessed, I would literally save up for them. We have a variegated tetrasperma that's putting out all elbow leaves. So we're just gonna make our rounds, water what we have to water, and actually I'll show you what we have to deal with because I dealt with all the watering in this big shelf already. We need to take care of the greenhouse cabinets because it's a hot mess. We need to wipe a lot. Okay, let's proceed. So as you guys know, I have my Mills bow and my Rudsta over here. And I just wanted to show you. This is the Labubu planter that I get from plenty of excuses as well. This is actually a self-watering planter, which needs to be watered. And unfortunately, the corms that I just got already started drawing some minor mold situation, even though I peeled off. Let's see how I could show you guys. There's some mold situation forming already. So we'll have to take care of that sooner rather than later. What I would do is spray 50% water and 50% hydrogen peroxide to hopefully kill any of those living organisms that I don't want. And then part of maintenance as well is checking if again the reservoirs have water. I mean, this Fallopian multiflora was doing fine until it got mealybugs, and now it's just starting to recover. But you will still see some mealybugs. I think only the dead ones. So it's finally putting out more growth. It wasn't liking the life outside, so I had to put it back. We also have this Hoya irisaea yellow. So see, like the reservoir, this is in a naked root planter. I love these planters as well. And they do have, I think it's code Cyril on your first order. So just CYRIL and go to the Naked Root website. These are very breathable planters. So as you can see, this Hoya loves it. It does like the dry cycle in between. And this specimen from Ate Pearl is already super matured. We do have we still have mealybugs on this coronarium. I already tried to. So we need to trim this a little bit. This is a Kitchakud thin form from Ilham and doesn't have water anymore. So this one is a good candidate. Some fertilizer water. We'll see. I think it'll like it. And we'll put some on the reservoir and it'll make it smile again. Okay, I do, OC me likes to trim off these yellow leaves, but I'll leave it alone for now. We also have this variegated orchid. This is a Le Paris Formosana variegated from Seed Studio. This actually bloomed already for me, and then I didn't catch it early enough. So I like to remove these types of orchids remind me of the orchids that my grandma used to grow because they're very bulbous. I think she loved the bulbophyllums a lot. I have some now because this year was just my year of remembering her and her influence in my life. Um, this Aglonema modestum tricolor doesn't love the life here. Honestly, I might just give this to a friend or someone who wanted to play with Aglonema modestums. Or maybe I should just throw this in exile in my work desk or something. It doesn't like it. Maybe aglonemas are not just meant for me. Speaking of aglonema, oh my gosh, I paid a lot of money for all these tricolor ones that I even ordered from Hawaii. And now they just turned into sad little stumps. So this was a tricolor. And years after, I found one for less than 20% of the original price that I paid for in 2019 or 2020, I believe. Insane. I have to pick out all these vessels. I forgot to show you guys the vessel that I thrifted yesterday. So these self-watering planters from Walmart are quite cute, but I just really don't like um the terracotta color. I wish they were in a pale color because terracotta is just too strong for whatever I'm trying to do here in this plant room. And that's it. Actually, that's not it because I realized there's so many like moldy situations. No, there's some black spots already, so that's mold from the very moist setup here. So what I need to do is I should be wiping these shelves because if not mold, they're actually just dust and whatever unnecessary things that I should not be around or near. And then my plants too. I don't want them to be exposed to this situation. And I should actually be airing out my cabinet. I haven't really proof, what do you call that? Weatherproof this one. But I should be maintaining, like wiping the surfaces always, because I tend to be lazy and just leave the moisture on or like turn off. I turn on the humidifier for excessive amounts of time, thinking it's good for the plants. Kind of, yes, but it's making everything moldy or rusty. So please don't follow me in that regard. I might be growing cordyceps here, and I might be the one responsible for the zombie impending zombie apocalypse or something. So you are watching me trying to save humankind. You're welcome. Oh my gosh, I really need to wipe everything down, make sure everything's dry again because the water from the container leaked a little bit. So that's just not ideal. We're gonna make sure that these are all dry before we turn on anything. Oh my gosh, look at this graffiti eye silver. Oh, the, so the only thing that I don't like about self-watering planter is the algae buildup is crazy. If you're not on top of it, next thing you know, you can't see the water level anymore because they are covered up with algae. And yes, I'm using wipes to wipe everything down. Nope, not wearing any PPEs. I'm not afraid of anything. Oh gosh, I'm a nurse, so this promise. And we'll move on to the other cabinet. Okay, so let's put it back. You guys will be behind this glass just to make sure you are protected. Just kidding. Okay, this Dischidia, I think it's time for this to go out. And honestly, I think I need to transfer it to a proper self-watering planter. I mean, I love this planter, but I think I need to put this outside and it deserves some trailing spotlight. Let's try. Because clearly it has outgrown this little trellis. Oh my gosh, see? See? Looks beautiful like that. It reminds me of the ferns that mom and I used to grow outside, the asparagus fern. But this is a Dischidia, no ID from Sulawesi. Mm. I think it would do well outside. So we're gonna toss it out. We're gonna continue on. This is a Hoya Potsii, I think. So we'll keep it here. I think it still deserves its time here inside. This Hoya Pachiclada Snow Lotus from At the Pearl loves this planter. Oh no, I need to water this. Hold on. And by the way, I decided to remove this glass thing that I kept at the bottom of my shelf because in reality, it's just making it moldy. So we're gonna refill this. such a cute planter from, I think, a plant parent, right? But it is becoming moldy. I think I need to give this a good wash in the bathroom first before putting it back. I don't even know if I wanted to put my variegated Adansonias inside anymore because we watered this again. Because um, I think I need to allocate space for Hoyas instead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move Hoyas in this other shelf behind you into this one, so I could, standardize the type of plants. So this too will be going outside. We will put these back. So these are like tiny ferns. This is Microsorum thailandicum from Kath, by the way. Follow her, it's in her series. She has amazing plants and she has to get rid of a lot of her inventory. So please take it away from her. This is a Silotum Oriya from Master Grower Charles Alford. I'm glad that I was able to secure this before he closed his shop and completely retired. I just wish I had a lot more money to buy the rest of his collection off from him. But, you know, I don't know. We missed that boat already. Um, More ferns. I think I'm just going to continue on putting the ferns underneath here because, oh, we will top that up. We do want them to stay moist and watered and fertilized. And then this one, I think I need to make terrariums and honestly sell some of these ludicias off because I just have a lot of them, like a lot. And of course, I'm just still gonna put back the aglaonemas, even though and put back this water container. I'm sorry if you guys aren't seeing this, but you don't need to see. Just putting back stuff. And the orchid, we're gonna put it back. And I don't think I'm gonna put the, what do we call that? The Monstera dubia back. I'm just gonna take it outside. I kind of want it to cling into one of my walls, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it won't damage any of it. Should we put this back here? I think it deserves a spot outside, but I don't want it to get too hot. We'll see. I'll show you the finished product later. And I think that's it. So we're just gonna tidy our desk. I think we've shown you enough. I love my moss wall decor anyways. I love creating moss wall decors like that. Um, just a little tour. We're gonna put back the Platyceriums after hanging them dry. And that's what we did for the main shelf. This I constantly check throughout the week, making sure that anything that has to be taken care of is taken care of because there's majority of our plants there. And of course, the Platyceriums and the Ripsalis. Oh, I haven't shown you guys the jungle wall in a while. So, oh my gosh. Um, It's been thriving. Jaws Jungle has been putting out amazing products. Look at what I did to the bottom reservoir. I'm trying to use it as a rescue reservoir for any cuttings, and it worked for this one. That's why I tossed this one here because it just gives that circulation that the plants need. Um, as you can see, the plants are thriving, doing so well, and that's basically it. We're gonna do a quick run through. So it's just a small room, really, but there's still a lot to do. So I could just imagine myself having a full on property with a full on garden one day, and that'll keep me busy every day, all day. Well, if I'm not going to be working, at least. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Ooh, I love this new scene. I haven't taken a video over here. Um, That's it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. I know I was gonna do a Q&A, but I think I'm just gonna compile the questions and put an answer or put the answers together in another video. I wasn't able to do it in this one. But thank you for watching, you guys. I'm really close to my monetization goal. I mean, I'm trying to get monetized again in YouTube after being so inactive for the past few years, but I'm really enjoying long form video instead of short form video. So let's just see where we're heading. I hope you have an amazing Labor Day weekend. Yeah, it's Labor Day weekend. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, plantitas. Bye. Ingat.